I want to share a story with you, a story about resilience, a story about how we overcome, and a story that's really relevant given today's set of circumstances. In 1989, I was homeless. I pushed a shopping cart around Vancouver's downtown east side. And the reason why I say today is such a good fit is I'm here today because of over 10,000 people who were there for me to support me when I was vulnerable, people who saw my possibility. Bootless, homeless, hopeless, just had nowhere to turn. And here's the thing, you may not identify with the circumstances of being a heroin addict and bootless in East Vancouver, but everyone listening to this today has been in those days where it gets dark. And here's what I learned, it's like in that moment where I just didn't want to be alive anymore, I did something different. And I reached out and I asked for help. He said to me, "There's more to you, Joe, than you can see." But he looked past all of that and he said, "There's more to you than you can see." What I think is that great leaders, great parents, great grandparents, great entrepreneurs, they look at the world not as it is, but how it could be. I'm here today because people believed and saw something in me that I couldn't see in myself. And so today when I look at the world and I see people struggling, I look past the struggle, I look past the circumstances, I look past the micro and macro stuff that's going on, and I see potential. I see potential in them because I know that we're not defined by the crap that happens to us in life. We're so much more than that, man. If we only knew how far we could go. But what happens is fear colors, our emotions, and it keeps us small. That one champion who never gave up on me, that one person who saw my possibility, that one person who would never ever and never give up on me, and that was my mom. And I went down and I remember she gave me a kiss on the cheek. She said, "I'm so proud of you, son." And you know where I get my resilience from? I get my resilience from my mom. And when I got to the office that day, sitting on my desk was a copy of Canadian Business. And I was on the cover of it. And in less than 12 years, I went from a guy pushing a shopping cart to being on the cover of Canadian Business. Yeah. I was the American, the Canadian version of the American dream. But when I got to that place, I really wanted to do something to pay it forward. I had a little bit of money. I bought back some of my time and I had some influence. He said, "Push a shopping cart." And it was like, oh, that's good. It's a symbol of chronic homelessness. And then we just started, spitballing, and it was like, we could call it a push for change.
This is for, every kid in this country who feels different, who gets stuck. And it's our responsibility to reach out and help those children transition safely into adulthood.
Sometimes
coming over the bridge, here we are, and there's Joe. Push for change.
Have courage to fight the people around you care. It's no wrong or right, just a love that we can share. Ain't no pain, how we've suffered along the way. Underneath our clothes, our souls remain unchanged. They're awesome. Take off your mask of fear and push for change. Throw off your coat, let down and embrace the rain. Everyone is unique, yet we're a part of the human race. Push for change! Push for change! Push for change! Push for change! Path is uncertain, but it'll be worthwhile. Through moments of doubt.
When the campaign was over, I had walked 11,375,000 steps, or 9,064 kilometers. I believe in possibility for you and for me. I believe that right now we live at a watershed moment in human history when, in the not too distant future, we're going to look back at this and call it before. As each one of us wakes up to our possibility for ourselves, for our children, for our grandchildren, for our community, for our clients. And then having the courage to take that possibility and translate it into action and pick up the mantle that is our opus work, our push for change, and courageously walk forward, we can and we will change the world. But not a minute before we change ourselves. And the reason I believe that is the first time I had that idea, I was sitting on a piece of cardboard in downtown East Vancouver, asking the world for a little change. Possibility is where I want to be as a dad. It's where I want to be as a leader. It's where I want to be as a speaker. I don't care what you're showing me right now. I know there's something bigger in you. And my job as a coach, mentor, and a leader is to draw that out of you. And if I do that, I win, you win, we all win.